3. In this module, we're going to start by reading Chapter 6, which is going to discuss a concept called variables. Now, when we talk about variables, you're going to learn over the course of this module that there are 4 basic variable types that you have to be aware of. The first are what we call nominal, then we have ordinal, then we have interval, and lastly we have ratio. These are 4 simple concepts that unfortunately, for some reason, make students unbelievably confused. If you have any questions, please make sure that you use that general discussion section on the discussion board to ask questions. Again, there's 4 of them, and these become very important, especially when it comes to picking out the appropriate statistical test, like we will do later on during this quarter. Then we'll look at Chapter 7. You're going to learn about some specific communication variables that go along with the survey that we created for this course, that goes along with the data set that is actually located on the CD-ROM that came with your textbook. And we'll actually talk about how we can use some of that information later on. In Chapter 7, you learn about communication variables, and in Chapter 8, we're going to talk about our first foray into math, descriptive statistics. Most of these descriptive statistics are things that you will have learned back in elementary school, and so it's going to be a refresher. And towards the end of the chapter, you're going to get into some more complex descriptive statistics. Please make sure that you understand how these are done and why they are important, because you will see these on tests. While you will not be, for the most part, actually calculating most of the stuff by hand, because we are going to be using PSPP in this course, which is a wonderful open source software package that allows you to conduct all kinds of amazing statistical tests freely. And so we're going to be using that software later on, so you're not going to actually have to do a lot of this by hand, but I want you to understand why these are important and how they basically function. In addition to Chapters 6, 7, and 8, you're also going to be reading Chapters 5, 6, and 7 in PAN, and you need to complete Phase 2 of the final project. This includes what we call the literature summary tables. Please make sure that you read closely the instructions on the syllabus about how to do it. Now, when you go into the assignments folder, you're going to notice that I've actually provided you 2 templates. One is for the personal part that you have to do as an individual, and then the other one is the one that you have to do for your group. So please make sure that you complete both of those. Make sure you complete the individual part and the group part. If by chance you are one of those lucky people who decided to do this as part of the project on your own, you'll be completing both of those parts and submitting them to me on your own. And so if you're working with a group, I only need one of the ones that gives the definitions, whereas I will need everyone to do the one where you actually look up the 5 different sources and you provide me information that's related to your central measure that you are responsible for in our course project. Enjoy Module 3.